Have you ever felt that you are doing everything right in love, and yet nothing is changing? You've healed, you've journaled, you've read the books, you know your attachment style, and yet the needle isn't budging. Your love life still feels stuck. I'm here to tell you that stuck does not mean broken. You are not broken in love. You are not even close. If you have been outgrowing old patterns, you just might be in what I call the chrysalis stage in my new and upcoming book, which means that nothing seems to be happening, but you are really changing. You just need to give it time to realign. That said, let's talk about a few of these old patterns that still might be lingering in the background to help you move further faster. Hi, my name is Michelle Fondin. I am the author of 12 published books, including Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, and Twin Flame Union, The 7 Keys to a Healthy Twin Flame Journey. You can find all of my published books on Amazon and 10 of my published books on Ingram Spark. If you're new to this channel, I want to welcome you here. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do tarot readings, one-on-one tarot readings, and I am doing a very special tarot reading with channeling for the spring. You can now book it until April 30th. I have limited spots available for this one. It's a 90-minute reading, and it's to help you get what you want in love. It helps you to do exactly what we're talking about in this video, to clear the old blocks, to clear the outdated patterns that no longer serve you and that you don't even like anymore. So you can book that at the link below. So let's explore a few hidden, which I'm calling love blocks. They're not really blocks, they're more like outdated patterns. But this is something that came to mind for me as I was doing my self-love work, which is still a work in progress. I promise you, it's still a work in progress, but I've come way further than I have ever come in my entire life in these past few years. So the first one is an addiction to longing. Now, this is not like a real old addiction. It's just this attraction to longing. The feeling of having someone long for you or you longing for someone. In this case, you might be addicted to uncertainty, emotional intensity, chasing energy, or will this person choose me type of energy. At this juncture, your nervous system equates intensity with love, and I know this was certainly the case for me. So this sense of daydreaming about the person, longing for the person, feeling like, well, maybe they will choose me, pick me, maybe I will be the one that they desire. So this block is really necessary to take a look at if this is the case for you. And in fact, my sister and I were talking about this a few months ago, where she had mentioned, and this was the same for me in the past, that she had mentioned that there has always been someone that I've been longing for. So it's not necessarily someone you are with in this case, but it's someone you have your sights on. Does that make sense? And this person might be pretty far out of reach. Maybe they're in another relationship. Maybe they're not interested in you. Maybe they have already friend zoned you. But this hidden block number one is really that addiction or the fascination with the intensity of the feeling as you think about them, as you daydream about them, as you wonder if they are going to choose you. So turning this around is, of course, looking for people who are right here, right now, and emotionally available to you. Hidden block number two is something that I'm very, very familiar with. I just didn't have the jargon or the vocabulary to state it. The second one is identity attachment. This is not necessarily about desiring love, but it is identifying with a specific role that you play in the love dynamic. It's often a role that we've been replaying over and over and over again. So we know this pattern super well. And we identify with this role in the romantic dynamic, in the romantic partnership. Some of these identities might include being the one who chooses love, but who is never chosen, right? So then you identify with that role. Every time I love someone, they don't love me in return. The second role, this is just an example, but the second role is being the one who is more emotionally evolved in the relationship more than the partner. The third is being the healer. The fourth is being the strong one. The sixth is being the spiritual one waiting for divine timing, as in a twin flame or soulmate relationship. And finally, the last one is the one who seeks emotionally unavailable partners, which we spoke about in the hidden block number 1. So the reason why we repeat this pattern is because our brains recognize the pattern because we've played the pattern over and over and over and over again. Not to mention that we've probably said it to ourselves so many times. I'm going to give you my example. I like to say that I'm attracted to bad boys. When I say bad boys, think of Kylo Ren or Edward from Twilight. That's my type. I'm very attracted to those type of men. So that became my identity, my love identity, if you will. So let's think about it. These guys like the classic James Dean or Edward from Twilight, the dark, the mysterious, the attractive. They have passion, allure, right? There's something hidden about them, this hidden tortured soul. So I had been extremely attracted to the hidden tortured soul. And what does that give you as a partner, as a romantic partner? It gives you this sense of importance in their life if you can unlock the key and figure them out. If you are the one who understands them, if you are the one who sees their pain and can help them alleviate it. So you realize that that is not love, even though we see it in movies, right? We read it in books. Another example that came to mind is Heathcliff and Kathy from Wuthering Heights, the book by Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights. So Heathcliff is this tortured soul. And so I had always been attracted to that. So then I became the woman who was attracted to the men with tortured souls. I used to say bad boys. I don't think that's quite accurate. The more accurate one is a tortured soul. So in order for me to get the love I truly desire and be in a loving relationship, I need to remove myself from that role that I've identified as something that I have repeated time and again. So here's the issue though with hidden block number 2 is that let's suppose that you are the one that is never chosen, that you love someone, but you're never chosen to be loved in return. So we identify with that role, right? Now let's suppose that somebody shows up and loves you in return. Now, if you have not disconnected yourself from that identity, that role that you play in the relationship, then you might get suspicious. You might not believe the person. You might feel that there's something wrong with the person because they do love you. So you would reject them even if they're really a good person and even if they really truly desire you and love you, because you haven't divorced yourself from your old role, your old pattern. Does that make sense? Now, hidden block number 3 is a fear of healthy love. A fear of healthy love. So if you have been attracted to drama, chaos, intensity, passion, a tortured soul like me, A real loving, interdependent relationship is going to feel very different. It might grow slowly rather than intense, passionate, and fast. It will be calm in your heart and make you feel like, oh, this feels like home. This feels like comfort. And it's not going to be that same emotional roller coaster, the highs and lows, or the same intensity and passion. So it will feel foreign, and you might think it's boring, right? You might think it's boring that, oh my God, there's no passion, there's no intense drive, there's no tortured souls in here. But that is what healthy love feels like. It's not ups and downs that are so stark. It grows slowly. Someone who is emotionally stable, emotionally available, someone who is healthy in love is going to have a slow growth. So yes, it can still be intense in the way of chemistry. Yes, it can still be passionate in the way of growing love for each other, but it's not going to feel desperate. It's not going to feel like a wound. And so that feels really unfamiliar if you're not used to that. So that would be the hidden love block number 3. In my last video, I spoke about this magnificent energy for the spring equinox here in the Northern Hemisphere at 0 degrees Aries, and how we have a special conjunction that allows you to have more personal power to choose exactly what you want in love, what you want in work. And it's not that you're not able to do that every day, because of course you are. As soon as you make a decision to do something, you've put power into it. But just think of the spring equinox this year in 2026 as being something supercharged. So you really have that supercharged energy. And before you go ahead and make a choice, make a decision, it's really good to let go of these old emotional patterns that are no longer serving you. So again, I'm doing that special tarot reading one-on-one with clients for 90 minutes on alignment, your love alignment and clarity, to help you remove those last bits of your hidden blocks. And of course, I have my upcoming book, Love Me Unconditionally, A Spiritual Guide to Self-Love, but that's not coming out till after the spring equinox. That's coming out on May 20th. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, share with others who are interested in learning more about how to get the authentic love that they desire. Thanks so much for your support of my work. You can purchase one of my 12 published books. Check out my website. I have a lot of resources, and I will see you in the next video.